According to psychology, talking to yourself, creating imaginary scenarios, and living entire conversations in your mind often seem perfectly normal. But in reality, this behavior is a form of emotional self-regulation. It's the mind's way of processing emotions when no one else seems to understand. Inside the head, you become both the speaker and the listener. It's a safe space to say what you couldn't say out loud, to rehearse words that would never be spoken, and to feel heard, even in complete silence. People who do this often imagine how they would explain themselves if someone ever truly asked. They rehearse answers to questions no one has ever thought to ask. They live out entire conversations in their minds, winning, losing, apologizing, forgiving, but never daring to speak the same words aloud. Over time, they start to play both sides of every dialogue, which can create emotional insight, but also a deep sense of isolation. They become fluent in their inner world, but forget the messy vulnerability of being heard by another person. Psychologists call this process internal dialogue or self-talk. It's not a disorder, in fact, it's something every human does to some degree. However, when it becomes constant, it can blur the line between reflection and rumination. Reflection helps us understand ourselves. Rumination traps us in an endless loop of thoughts we can't escape from. People who overthink often have strong internal dialogues. Their minds rarely stay quiet. Every silence becomes a space that needs to be filled with imagined words, replayed scenes, or conversations that never happened. This habit usually starts in childhood. When a child grows up feeling unheard, ignored, or emotionally invalidated, they learn to talk to themselves instead. The mind becomes a private world where they can finally be seen, where their words matter. It's a defense mechanism that begins as protection, but in adulthood, it can evolve into overanalysis, anxiety, and emotional exhaustion. The same voice that once kept them safe can become the one that never stops questioning them. You might recognize this in yourself, that constant need to explain, justify, or rephrase your own thoughts. After every conversation, your brain starts replaying what you said, wondering, did I sound weird? Should I have said that differently? And at night, when everything else is quiet, the dialogue gets louder. You rewrite moments that already happened, trying to fix them in your mind. But the truth is, your brain doesn't know the difference between imagination and memory. It feels the same emotions all over again. According to research in cognitive psychology, this kind of repetitive self-talk activates the same neural pathways as real conversations. That's why they feel so real. But constant mental rehearsal can actually increase stress and self-criticism. The brain's goal is to find closure, but instead it ends up reliving discomfort. You might feel relief in the moment, but over time it becomes emotionally draining, a form of quiet overthinking that never truly rests. Yet, internal dialogue isn't always a bad thing. When balanced, it can be one of the most powerful tools for emotional intelligence. People who engage in healthy self-talk tend to be more self-aware and capable of managing their emotions. The difference lies in tone, whether your inner voice is compassionate or critical. A harsh inner voice reinforces guilt and fear. A kind one builds confidence and resilience. The way you speak to yourself becomes the way you experience the world. Psychologists suggest that healing begins not by silencing the inner voice, but by changing the way we respond to it. When that voice says, "You're not good enough," instead of fighting it, you can pause and ask, "Why do I feel this way?" That moment of awareness transforms rumination into reflection. It turns inner chaos into understanding. You don't need to stop the internal conversations, you just need to make them kinder. In modern life, this inner dialogue has become louder than ever. Constant social comparison, online judgment, and emotional overstimulation make us question ourselves more deeply. We scroll through idealized versions of other people's lives and start narrating our own in response. Am I doing enough? Should I be more like them? The brain, overwhelmed by input, seeks comfort in private conversations. It's the mind's last attempt to create control in a chaotic world. But true peace doesn't come from controlling every thought, it comes from accepting them without judgment. Sometimes, the most powerful thing you can do is simply observe your thoughts, without needing to fix or edit them. Sit with the discomfort. Let the silence speak. Because silence, too, can be healing. It reminds the brain that not every thought needs an answer, and not every feeling needs to be turned into words. So if you find yourself talking to yourself, creating stories that no one will ever hear, know that you're not broken. You're simply trying to understand your own mind. The goal isn't to stop the conversation, but to guide it. To make your inner world a place of compassion rather than criticism. Because in the end, your relationship with yourself is the longest conversation you'll ever have. And maybe, just maybe, learning to speak kindly within will change the way you connect with the world outside.